aroma of freshly oiled mahogany and distant cigar smoke fill the air as an elite group of non-humans lounge and mingle dressed to the nines. The enchanted estate Mornwood Manor is nestled in a quiet corner of Blood Moon Cove. It has long been a haven for supernatural beings seeking to learn about their oddities or take sanctuary from hateful sects of the preternatural species. But lately, tensions are higher than usual due to rumors of the estate being cursed. In an effort to keep up appearances, the owner, Kingston Clarewell, is hosting a soiree where allies and acquaintances alike will be the first to be privy to some private, groundbreaking news that Clarewell will announce, or so he says, at midnight. We follow the camera as it pushes past stained glass windows and lush velvet crimson curtains. We see a hint of a fanged smile over the rim of a wine glass full to the brim with deep red liquid. We hear the plucking of strings of a sensual tango played by well-dressed quartet in the ballroom. There are massive portraits hanging and art pieces everywhere that seem as if they're almost alive. And one by one, we pull focus in on one of our ravens. Augie, you are very good at going unseen when you want to be. And I'm sure that that has afforded you a little bit of leeway in overhearing conversations and getting some information that people didn't even know that they've given you. Where does the camera find you as it pushes in here? And what rumor are you overhearing about Kingston Clarewell in this moment?
Augie is, where is Grace's ghost and who is she around?
Yeah, Grace is right next to the drink table, obviously not drinking anything, just yapping and gabbing at one of the other party goers. So pretty close, within earshot at the very least.
Augie is also around the drink table. Augie really wants to make friends with Grace, but is doing the awkward hanging around, but not actually talking to you. And Augie is also as close to being a human as a ghost could be, has just tried so hard to make themselves appear as human as possible. It's just kind of odd. And I think Augie is by the drink and snack table and overhears Grace talking about I think she hears something about a treaty that Kingston was going to sign with some other members of the undead or like occult groups.
Sorry. Grace's ghost is a spirit that's attached to Kingston's manor. Long braids, dark eyes that still have this ethereal spark about them. And from her attire, at least, she appears to be from the early 1900s and has been known to be a little mischievous sometimes, who plays pranks on the guests of the manor. However, since Kingston Clarewell was summoned just a few minutes ago to take a private call, his house ghost Grace is playing hostess. So she's giving out information. She's talking about some treaties that may or may not have gone through. And you catch yourself wondering if this is just another prank or if this is real, if yet another treaty has been broken by Kingston Clarewell. Just as we see Grace look over her shoulder at you, we can see the juxtaposition of her bobbing in midair, where her legs should be the apron that she wears in the front of her, just kind of fades into nothing, like a foggy piece of air underneath her. She is heavily transparent. It's almost harder to see her than it is to not. And you, looking so human, you see her eyes narrow a bit, not in a mean way, but more in an odd, this is so strange kind of way. Do you say anything before the camera cuts away?
Hi, I'm so happy you invited me here. I mean, not you didn't invite me here, but you're humble. You're the humble host now, I guess. I'm Augie. I'm also a spirit. You maybe couldn't tell. It's nice to meet you. I know who you are, but you can introduce yourself if you want.
And as you were like stumbling and stuttering through this introduction, the camera kind of pushes through you, reminding even the audience that as human as you may appear, you are in fact not with the living. As we move over to, who should we pick on? Who do we find? Aoife, where does the camera find you? Doing what?
I would say that she would be hovering like a planetoid around a certain incubus.
Indeed. Do you think Dante Darkwood has noticed you yet?
She's in that juxtaposition of hoping he notices but playing like she doesn't.
Yeah. So you're within earshot then, if you're looking to be noticed but not
Oh, yes.
openly. Dante Darkwood is in deep conversation with just one of the servants who's dropping by, like seems to be like trying to get away to take the platter of champagne to somewhere else. And it's like, yeah, as he's just rambling on in one quick kind of brush of his hand, her eyes change, and instead from of her trying to get away, she kind of swoons and gets a little coy and says something that you overhear. Something about Kingston Clarewell, your very gracious host who has disappeared for a moment. What do you overhear in this moment, Aoife?
That Kingston was not too happy about his wife's position about maybe making it more open um, uh, to the paranormal community, not the relationship. Uh,
Because we were all thinking.
We were all thinking it. Incredible.
We were all thinking.
You hear the servant say that and then kind of look like, I didn't mean to say that out loud, and kind of stutter and excuse herself, turning with a drink in his hand, freshly, very pleased with himself. You see this tall man with perfect bone structure and just a penetrating gaze. It's hard to tear your own eyes away once he's locked on. And he's just impeccably dressed, all black, tie, shirt, three-piece suit, all black. Even the cufflinks look like obsidian. And he's got this hair, also black, just long enough to kind of have to brush out of his eyes every so often. And this incubus, you know very well. You see him turn, and that hand that's holding the champagne flute is spackled with little paint marks, different colors. You know that he paints. He's an artist, a tortured soul. And as he turns, he locks eyes with you. Do you do or say anything? Or actually, please instead paint us a picture of what he sees, because we haven't heard what you look like just yet.
Ife is the earth personified. Her skin is dark clay, her hair wrapped in what seems to be cloths of shadows and shade, and adorned with bones and shells that clink and make noise with every movement that she makes. It is only when he locks eyes that she approaches him, a coy smile playing on her face. You make it so easy for lips to open, don't you?
Not just lips, darling, don't you remember?
Oh, I remember. That was an interesting night.
Night, afternoon, morning. How have you been, Ife?
Ah, I have been in desperate need of another vacation, if that is what you wish here.
He looks at you and the smile starts to spread as he takes a deep sip of his champagne flute, and the camera kind of gets absorbed in those champagne bubbles. And when it clears, we're in a different part of the manor. We're a little closer to the string quartet that's playing outside. The music is swelling, it's getting closer to midnight. Zenora, where do we find you? What are you up to in this little area?
So I am actually having a conversation with Oliver the Oracle,
Incredible.
and we are just kind of taking in the energy of, the gathering and what this announcement could be.
Yeah.
And almost as if as in a flash, I see Oliver's eyes go like white.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're holding, because divination buddies, so we're buddy buddy, and we were kind of holding hands at the time. And his eyes go white, and I see what he sees, and it's different flashes of different things. But the one that stood out to me the most was as if a cement wall started blocking the entrance to the manor,
Mm.
and then it
Incredible.
flashes out.
You see next to you Oliver Finch, or sorry, Oliver the Oracle, this sweet, spindly, lean, uh, like sallow, high cheekbones, sallow, inverted cheeks that come down to a very pointed chin. It's got this way about him that makes people not believe him when he says that he is in fact over 1,000 years old. He's got this youthfulness, this energy. He talks fast, he walks fast, he has a sharp wit. He doesn't seem tired by the amount of time he claims to have spent on this world. He kind of looks like a young professor, like a nice tweed taupe suit with a very smart tie. And as soon as his eyes come back, you both look at each other because he knows that you have also just seen what he's seen. He raises his glass almost as if to cover his mouth from other people who might be passing by and says, "Well, that was terrible news. I should go check the wards."
Agreed. I immediately like shake off the vibes and I head back to go find Augie.
Yeah. You are walking back towards Augie. You're on like the second floor, so you're coming down the grand staircase. Would you like to paint a picture of your entrance as you come in?
Absolutely. So Zenora has a burlesque background. So she is very much used to being the center of attention based on what she has on. So she has the floor length sheer black train dress. It's very dramatic, very opulent. Um Lots of jewels, but she doesn't exude the energy that her clothing portrays. She's still very reserved. She's still very um cognizant of where she spends her time and energy.
Right.
So she speaks when it is important to speak.
Yeah.
And she's very observant.
You pass a couple tangled up in each other, leaning against a wall, just whispering to each other this close. You pass another couple who are dancing, this lovely ladies. You see two people toasting. It seems like people are beginning to pair off. As you make your way back into where they're serving drinks, libations, and hors d'oeuvres to find Augie, you pass someone. Jada, could you tell us what you're up to as Zenora passes by you urgently to go find Augie?
I think Jada would be kind of in a corner, veered off to herself, and also has her phone out and just doing like this. But she's recording Ryder Bane as he is getting out of control. She's just like, this is entertainment for me later. And my mom can't do anything about it. Yes. Um, and she's probably gotten scolded as soon as they walked into the building from Elena, like, can you please just not be a nuisance? And she's like, I won't.
Yeah, that makes sense. You are videoing Ryder Bane, a party animal in many senses of the word, with a penchant for overdoing it anyway. And he is the second to the leader of the Blue Moon Pack, which is kind of more like a fraternity than an actual pack of werewolves, with this wild long brown hair, usually a wide smile, and often smells of the woods. He's very boisterous, but not disrespectful, usually. Right now, it seems that he may have had one too many fairy spritzers and is challenging a gargoyle to an arm wrestling contest. This is at the top of his lungs behind you. When the gargoyle seems to, like, just from body language and what you're getting from your angle, seems to kind of, no. Why would I say yes to that? Absolutely not. Control yourself. Ryder Bane says something about your gracious host. What is it that you record?
Ooh, I think she'd probably record like, come on now, the pact will be able to overthrow all of this in a matter of minutes. What do you mean? So, and she's just like, tea.
Incredible. You see from across the room, that is so loud that Finn Creedy, an actual werewolf pack leader, from across the room kind of snaps his head in that direction. Doesn't say anything, doesn't come over, but you notice, and you notice him notice. Since Grace has been playing host for a little while, and it's been nearing midnight more and more. You do notice that a couple of people have gone off to look for him. Grace excuses herself by sinking straight through the floor, and she's probably going to go look as well. The very first stroke of midnight gongs around you. It echoes, lonely, hollow throughout the entire manor. The quartet stops playing. Before the second gong begins, a scream rings out. Many guests rush towards whatever that scream was, finding Clarewell's study door ajar. And beyond it, Kingston Clarewell's dead body, folded over his own desk with a glowing writing quill protruding out of his neck. Kingston Clarewell is dead. Those of you who would be here, I would love to ask if anyone wouldn't, or if you would have run towards the scream or made your way there. Is anyone objectively just not going towards the scream that rings out? Okay, great. Then as y'all arrive, oh, yes. Zenora, what are you up to?
I'm still trying to find Augie because I'm pretty sure the vision that I shared with Oliver means I'm about to be stuck.
Yeah.
So
You
Augie
are
and I came together.
Okay. Perfect. On your way towards the screen, because people are picking up their skirts, they're looking around corners, like, where did that come from? You run into Augie, who's also heading around with the guests, heading towards the screen. And Augie, you have this little oddity about you. Sometimes you have odd dreams. Last night, you saw a couple of things. You saw a half-finished arcane sigil. You saw a glowing writing quill. And you saw a cement wall being pushed towards you. And you could not get past it. As you bump into Zenora, you kind of share that information with each other. Do you want to have a small conversation here as you're making your way towards so that you can catch each other up? Now that you know you've both kind of seen the same thing, Augie, you a little more so. Please.
Mhm.
Zenora, sorry I lost you. I got excited about talking to Grace. She's really nice, by the way, but she had to work on some stuff. But I also wanted to, I know I usually tell you about my dreams. I forgot. I was really excited about this. But you're like better at figuring things out than me. It was like a quill, like for writing, but you know, old timey. Like we still use them sometimes. And like a sigil, but I didn't recognize it and it wasn't finished. And then a cement wall, and I couldn't get through it, which is weird because I'm a ghost. But maybe I'm just getting more human.
Go back. You said a what? What was the third one?
Oh, a cement wall, which I couldn't get through.
So I'm talking to Oliver, and we both had a vision of a cement wall blocking the entrance to this place.
Correct.
That's not good.
I have a feeling we're about to get stuck here.
Like metaphorically or like physically?
Bless your heart. No, we're going to get stuck here for real.
Both.
Let's try to figure out what's going on, and I point over there, like where everybody's kind of rushing to go see what's going on. But let's do it from a distance.
Okay, we can be stealthy or like just cool.
Please try to be cool.
I can be cool.
You are heading that way. And as you are heading that way, trying to be cool together, you hear that second scream and then a couple of gasps as some people are rounding that corner and finding Kingston Clearwell there dead. You hear a couple of people say, "He can't be, is he? Really? Dead?" And there's just general disbelief, some strange murmurs. Some people are turning and like shielding their eyes. Some people are getting a little closer, trying to ensure that he's actually dead and not just in need of help. Those of you who are a little closer there, Jada and Ife, Kingston Clearwell is known to rule with an iron fist. He's got a reputation for ruthlessness and deals falling through and doing whatever he needs to for the supernatural community to stay strong and hidden. Not so much for his cozy, soft vibes, but you two here, what have you seen him do in all of your times knowing him that contradicts his authoritarian reputation, I guess? I'll start with Ife.
If I saw anything, it would be the way he treats his wife, the way he dotes upon her, the way he looks at her from across the room like she is the only being in existence.
Beautiful. And Jada, what about you?
I think she probably would have peeped out him hoarding things to himself, just kind of like, this is mine, like a little gremlin just walking away from it. And she's just like, brother, come on.
Indeed. And you would all know that he truly is in love with his wife. Just such a doting husband, such a good partner, which is why it was so devastating to learn of his wife's passing very recently. That's when the wards went up. That's why it's been harder to get here lately. Mornwood's been in mourning, and it has been hard. I would love to check in here. Jada, what did you say?
Oh, he's a little horde gremlin.
Yeah. What do you think he hoards?
Oh. Oh. Hmm. Money feels too easy. Money feels too easy.
Money feels pretty easy, yeah.
I would say, if we're being serious, I think he would hoard a whole lot of blood bags. Just too many blood bags in order to count.
Yeah.
And probably she'd go to her mom and be like, "Do you? Was this you?" Like,
No. She always denies it. She's like, no, we have a perfectly reasonable amount of blood bags. Actually, we don't all do that. As you are looking around, you've seen signs that he's not all brass tacks and bottom lines. Grace appears in the room and looks stricken. Grace's ghost was trapped here, and she has been very upset about that fact ever since. It was an accident. He was doing a consecration ritual a long time ago, and her body, buried in the cemetery, was just a little bit too close to the house. That very strict perimeter was her undoing. And so she's been here forever. She knows this house. She knows him. She is like a fixture of Mornwood Manor, and seeing him laid over the desk seems to be too much for her. She immediately puts her hands up and asks people to kind of give a little space, not get too close. She says, "All right, friends. I don't know what's going on, but we need to take a look at all the facts, and let me see if I can summon the authorities, see if they can come take a look. In the meantime, please, everybody respect the space. No one take anything. Don't move anything. We're going to figure it out. Just give me a few moments. Are anybody here ravens?" And the four of you, even if you're kind of staying back and playing it cool, you would know that you are a raven. You're these people who come in and you do the learning. You make use of Mornwood when it's open. You read together, cast together, learn together, talk about your lives as supernatural beings. And you hear the call for ravens. What do you do?
Ife is going to step up because, like you said, they know us here, and her first thing is going to be kind of, she can't touch Grace,
Yeah.
but just kind of offer that comfort and presence. We're here, sweetie. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Could y'all look into this for me? I don't know what's going on, but if anybody can figure it out, it's going to be a raven. Or how many of y'all are there?
I look over at Augie and I just sigh, knowing that this feels like that concrete wall. And I just kind of put the usher hand up and make my way up to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, Augie tries to like lighten the mood in the worst, most terrible way. It's just like, call, ravens. I mean, I'm also a raven.
All right.
I'm her
that's
friend.
3. Oh, you
Okay.
came. Okay.
Jada would just kind of like slink up and button back of Augie and be like, "You gotta be cooler about this, man. You gotta be cooler about this." Be like, "Yep, that's I'm another one. Me? Yep."
if you're not a raven, please give us some time to talk about this, work things out while we try and get things situated. And please, no one leave. I'm sure the authorities are going to have questions when they get here, and so may the ravens. And you see most people kind of shuffle, just kind of backing out, not closing the door behind. You know, there's plenty of eavesdroppers. They kind of shuffle back and out of the room just as Oliver the Oracle strides in quick. Well, who put up the words? The words, the words. Who puts up the words? Okay. Well, if no one will come clean, we're going to be stuck together for a very long time. There are arcane words on this manor. I did not put them up or sanction them. If they are here, then it is because someone puts them here to keep us in. Anyone? And you are looking around. The people who have shuffled out, no one is copying to this. But it does seem like you are unable to leave.
Hate this for us.
Jada, are you live streaming right now?
No, she would have probably put her phone back in her pocket.
Just checking.
Imagine.
Is that against paranormal TOS?
As soon as someone's dead, just put the phones up. Just put the phones up.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm disrespectful. I'm not that disrespectful.
That's
you
taking
you
ill of the
see-
death to a whole new level.
right? You hear Oliver kind of suck their teeth and stride back out, looking to figure out a way to take those wards down so that people can get out and the authorities can get in to actually do their jobs when they arrive. And Grace goes, "Oh, just another thing. Okay, I'm gonna try and help out Oliver and see if we can get y'all out of here and get them into here and get, I'm just gonna leave y'all to it. If you need access to anything, it's yours. My key ring is just in there," and she kind of points to the inside of a bookshelf in this study, and says, "Grab the book about soul food recipes. That's the one that's in there. If you need the keys to get in anywhere, it'll be in there. And just come get me if you need anything. Ask anybody any questions. If the authorities can't get in, y'all are the authorities now."
Oh, I have a feeling that may be a mistake, but we're gonna keep on keeping on.
I'm just going to try and make sure that the guests are all right. And I know nobody was expecting to. This is just a terrible day. All right, y'all.
Were you privy to any of the news he was hoping to announce?
He was losing sleep and not making much sense the last week. He's been locked up in this study or in his bedroom, or if I can't find him there, he's just wandering the cemetery or lost in that damn cellar or something. I can't make heads nor tails of it. He's been hanging out in the strangest places.
Has his diet changed at all?
No, he still eats chicken nuggets for like 2 out of 3 meals.
Healthiest meal that there can be. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a
Delicious.
sorcerer and he doesn't really lack nutrition. It doesn't help him anyway.
Okay. Mind if I take a look? And I kind of like
Please.
ease around
Yeah.
around Grace. Because like I roll with Augie. Me and Augie are like this, but like Ghost still kind of freak me out. So I'm just like
I mean, Augie is the
Walking
most
around
human ghost, so that makes sense.
right. So I take a look at the body and I look at Augie and I'm like, was this the quill?
Yeah. It looked just like that. Guys, Sonora's really good at this stuff. She's like the smartest with this stuff.
As you are looking at that quill, go ahead and give me a meddling move. This will be our first roll of the night, Zenora. You're searching for a clue or like gathering some information here.
Yes.
Go ahead and let me know what you're searching. Is it going to be the body itself? Are you going to touch anything, or are you just looking with your eyes?
He's face down on the desk. Was there?
Mhm.
Oh, well, I guess that I want to see what I see and kind of go from there.
Sure. Go ahead and roll for me. You'll add your.
Oh, okay.
Let's say we will add your reason. Nope. Let's do your composure. This is intense
My
concentration.
composure. I rolled a 12, by the way. My composure is a 1.
Incredible. So
Indeed.
as you manage to kind of scan the room, you make a slow circle around the large desk. Moonlight is streaming in behind you. This study, there's a massive desk, scattered papers everywhere, spilled wine on the ground, and half a started sigil, as you saw, and several filing cabinets, some of which are partially opened. It doesn't look ransacked, but it looks desperately rummaged through. Not like someone was coming in and throwing stuff around, but like someone was in a hurry and someone was definitely in here. I think on a 13, without touching anything, just looking around, you would find. I say, let's just do it. You find among the scattered papers on the ground, you find something that looks too familiar to you to pass up. The parchment is odd and old and worn, almost like vellum, and the ink is clearly not ink. There are strange arcane sigils on it, very similar to the half-started one you see on the ground in front of you. Zenora, you find a revenge spell torn from a grimoire lying on the ground next to the dead body. And that is your first clue. In this game, you do need to find, for this particular mystery, 5 clues before you can make a theory. And this is your first one. Well done. You share this with the rest of your ravens.
Nice. Okay.
What do y'all say? What do you make of this?
Now, was he trying to get the revenge, or was someone getting revenge against him?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Can we find the book that it came out of?
It's a large study with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, so you can absolutely give me a meddling move. This would be at disadvantage.
Okay. Would that be a reason, or?
Yeah, this will definitely be a reason.
Could I argue sensitivity?
If you're because you're looking for a grimoire?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Absolutely you can.
Oh, that's a 7 altogether.
Okay, that's a mixed success. On a 7, you don't find the grimoire it came out of, perhaps still on the person of whoever may have tried to use it. If you're looking through the bookshelves, though, because you're looking for this grimoire, or around the room in general and at the books, I think what you would find... Actually, answer me this before, because on a 7, you get a complication with your clue.
Mm-hmm.
What is something, like a simple pleasure of life that Ife can't resist? Art, a good lover, great movies, travel, music. What is it that moves Ife?
A good lover and some chocolate.
Okay. Then instead of the book itself, you find a crumpled love letter on the ground, teeming with rage. Every other word is not even insulting, not even accusatory, enraged and heartbroken. Hopes were in this letter, hopes that were torn apart, stomped on. It's a bit torn, very crumpled, and unsigned.
Oh goodness. So she's gonna be distracted a little bit by the tea, and she's gonna kind of show it to Jada. It's like, did you see?
Oh, I think this probably would mean revenge on a person. On two. Oh, well, two.
I mean, and she's gonna kind of share it with the class. Okay, so I found a love letter. Well, I dare not call this a love letter. It is very emotional, emotionally driven. There are words in here that I would not tell in the best of companies.
She didn't do a bad job.
Okay. You want to see? Okay.
You not gonna say it. I want to read it now.
There's lots of loss here. It makes this very light piece of paper feel heavy in your hands as you read it, Sonora. You can see that some of the ink, and it is ink, it's not like the grimoire strange liquid that it's written in. This is splattered and smudged in some places where you can imagine the tears falling on the words in angry, righteous heartbreak, as there's even a point where the pen went straight through the paper, ripping it, tearing it mid-word. Someone was inconsolable and livid at some kind of loss. Kingston Clarewell's name, nor anyone's name, is mentioned in here. So it may not even be to Kingston.
Augie would like to look at this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, is there anything that I can roll with all of my abilities? Anything that I can roll to get a feel of the energy imprint of the paper?
Sure. Give me a.
Is there any traces of that person?
Yeah, I will let you use your magic on this. Go ahead and give me a sensitivity roll. And this is just flat sensitivity. You're not getting a clue out of this because you're examining the clue itself. But I will give you some information that may lead you in a certain direction going forward.
Right. That is a 3 and a 4 -1, so 6.
Okay. On a 6, that is a failure. You don't get the energy of like someone's residual signature on this, but you do catch a whiff of something. There are two things that catch your eye, and you're not sure what to make of them. They're not quite clues, but you smell the woods hanging on to this paper. But you also think, you're surmising on this clue, that you see paint at the corner, smeared. You are not sure if that is indicative of anything on a 6, but you do find these to be true. You only failed in identifying who the signature belongs to. These are real facts about what you're holding in your hand. What do you say to the people around you, your fellow ravens?
So I relay the essence of what I'm getting from the paper, letting them know that, the rich scent of the woods kind of envelops me, and remnants of paint, um, especially around, like, the puncture in the paper. It's almost like it was a puncture and the paint kind of like,
Yeah.
so explaining exactly what I'm seeing from below.
Beautiful.
You said paint. Um, is any of it like turquoise? Just because he's in his blue period, I think.
There's a couple different color spatters on there. One or two of them could be turquoisey.
Oh goodness.
Little cyan on there.
Oh.
Would,
This-
What were you saying, Jada?
yeah.
would Jada be able to kind of like go up to Zenora and this kind of just like, oh, this smells familiar.
Yep.
Hmm. Yep. You've seen Raiden, right? You seen Raider? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Smells like the smells like them. Smells good though. Not a bad smell. But that's also maybe a thing we should.
You, after looking around the study, you
I would say
know that there is, there are already 2 possible paths you could explore. Now, there are a lot of guests to talk to, and it would be a waste of time to talk to all of them, especially when you don't know if whoever locked you in is planning on picking off someone else. You know that Ryder Bane smells like this angry love letter. You also know that Dante Darkwood uses very similar paints in his most acclaimed of works. If you wanted to, you could absolutely pair off and go interview a pair each, see if you find anything else, or you could choose one, interview them, and others could explore other areas. You have access to every part of this manor, which has never been the case before. Private places, like the locations that Grace's ghost has been finding our Kingston in, could be his own very private boudoir, could be the Mornwood Manor cellar, or the Mornwood Cemetery, also known as Evermorning.
I'm gonna need a partner in crime, because if I go talk to Dante, my lips are gonna be moving, but words ain't coming out. So who wouldn't mind going with me with that, and then we could check the cellar after that.
I would love to hang out with all of you
I'll go with
equally, except for Zenora, who I want to hang out with the most. But I would also really like to see the cemetery, and it's not just because I'm a ghost.
Augie, it's okay. I'll be fine. I promise. I'll be fine.
No, I know you will. I'm worried about if I'm going to be fine socially.
I could.
But I'll be cool.
I could go with Augie to the cemetery. If Zenora, you would like to go with Ife, that's okay. I promise I will make this as easy as possible for them.
Incredible.
Just, you have to remind them that they're a ghost. They'll be amongst their people. Augie forgets they're a ghost sometimes, so you have to remind them.
I'm trying really hard.
You have to remind
them. I will do this for you and them. Okay.
Incredible. You make a plan. pair off, split up. 2 of you are exploring the Evermorning Cemetery, and 2 of you are going to go get some real answers from Dante Darkwood, whether he wants to give them or not. And as you break, is anyone grabbing the keys from the book?
I will grab the keys. It's in the soul food recipes.
Yes. So Team
Can I
Dante
bring the
has it.
quill as well? That way no one else takes the murder weapon. Can we take it with us?
Would you like to take the murder weapon? The authorities are on the way.
That's right. I forgot when they said we're the authorities. It was just until the real authorities get there.
Jada would just like be like,
I
"Come
love
on,
Augie so
please,
much.
please, dear God, don't touch it."
I am gonna take a picture of it, or actually I'm gonna go to Jade and be like, to Jada and say, actually, will you take a picture? Your phone is better than mine, is the thing.
No, you know what? I've been like recording him for a little bit now. We got this.
Oh, good,
It's
good.
gonna be good. All right, let's go.
Good.
We're only the adults
Starting
before
the
the adults
crime,
here,
true
adults
crime
get here.
dirty. Incredible. You break off. Team Dante has the like skeleton keys for the entire manor, and Augie and Jada are heading towards the cemetery. As you do, okay, let's do it. We're going to start with the cemetery because there is a beautiful greenhouse connected to the manor, and through a glass tunnel that's also lined with plants and herbs and vegetation, you can make it to the cemetery, which seems to be warded up to Grace's ghost's grave, which is most of the cemetery. So you're okay to explore. Grace's ghost is just, she's in the border. So you are looking around. The cemetery greets you with your first breath of fresh air for you, Jada. And Augie, with one flash of lightning, there's no rain just yet, but the clouds have gathered. You see the outline of rows and rows of headstones. Augie, have you ever seen your own headstone?
I think that I have tried, and Zenora has gone with me and seen it, but Augie has never actually been able to bring themselves to look at it.
Yeah.
So
you know
so
where
I'm-
you're buried, but you don't know
Yeah.
what's written on your... Okay. As you are walking through the cemetery, you hear the sound of tall grass brushing marble stone of the headstones. Flowers in various states of bloom and decay laid across multiple graves. And the etchings, names and dates, loving and affectionate and mournful. Many loving wives, loving husbands. Family plots. That Mornwood is very clearly a generational manner, and it's interesting to see all of these, not people, but it's interesting to see all of these half-told stories here, all in a row, right in front of you. You're looking around the cemetery. Is there anything you're looking for in particular, you two?
I think Augie is looking for any graves that are newer or look like they've been interacted with recently. So if anyone's laid fresh flowers or if like turned up dirt, anything like that.
Okay. Give me a meddling move, please. And this will be... What should we say this is with? I think a general reason. If you're just looking for, anything that could have been fresh, if you're looking for a logical clue, we'll go reason for this.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Incredible. You are looking around. There are, like I said, dozens of these headstones in this plot. Hmm. Do I say this clue? You know,
Yes.
sometimes you gotta. Uh, you
Clue.
you're looking. This is gonna be wild. You are looking in between the various headstones, looking for some fresh, overturned earth. Nothing seems to have been disturbed, but lying in front of his wife's grave, which is the largest monument, there is a stake. Something that no one brings into places like this. And on that stake, almost lovingly carved, is Kingston Clarewell's name. That is your third clue.
That doesn't.
Will you remind me the wife's name? I'm so sorry.
What was the
Yeah.
second clue? I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through the clues real quick, and then I'll give you the info from this one. So you found first a revenge spell torn from a grimoire, and then a crumpled love letter teeming with rage, and then a stake
Okay.
with the victim's name lovingly carved into it. And at this grave, it is Nora, and that's all it says is Nora, and then underneath it, my most beloved, with the dates, of course, and really beautiful, fresh bouquets. Jada, you see that Augie has made their way over to Nora's mausoleum.
Think she'd probably like been like over to like kind of look at it and be like, that doesn't seem right. Well, you know what? Seems loving in a mean way. Why would you stake your own wife's grave?
Yes, someone worked hard on it.
Well, yes, the whole structure for sure. The not so much. That seems kind of diabolical.
Who do we know that's an artist?
Oh God, what's their name? Ife is like ooh over them. Oh my God. Him, that guy. He's muscled, bigger, like he's like he seems like he would just, pick you up on the shoulder. That you know who I'm talking about. You totally do.
The camera flashes to inside as Ife and Zenora enter the ballroom again, where most guests are like in huddled conversation, like, what do you think happened? Why can't we leave? And except for Dante Darkwood, who is leaning against a pillar next to the string quartet orchestra, trying to convince them to, for the love of God, start the music back up. And you see his perfect form there for a second before we flash back to you, Jada and Augie, outside in the cold, wet cemetery.
Like, he has like those like bazonga, like it's just every this. Like the physique, wild, honestly. But yeah, that doesn't seem too right. And then I think Jada would probably like look around the kind of like mausoleum, but then also peep the other graves or anything else in this graveyard that she'd
Yeah,
probably like see.
absolutely. If you're looking, like, if you're actually getting down into there, I will give you advantage for this. Also, please hold. You don't have to refresh, Iman. You are unfrozen now, so you don't have to go.
I cannot see them.
Yeah, I can't see them either.
Oh, you can't see. Oh, then please do refresh.
She just commented
okay.
in the
People are back.
chat. I disappeared.
Iman, can you hear us?
now.
Sorry.
I was just making sure that you could hear us now that you're back and we're back, and I'm making sure
Yes.
everybody can
Yeah,
see and
yeah,
hear
yeah.
everybody.
I was
Okay.
kind of dropped one at a time on my computer. It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
No worries. Lovely. Jada,
Mm-hmm.
if you are getting down in there, rummaging through the cemetery to look for a deeper clue, I will give you advantage on this. So go ahead and roll me plus. Ooh, I'll give you a choice, reason or composure, but you will get a different clue depending on what you pick.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Well, my composure is 0. Well, my composure is -1 and my reason 0. So,
Well,
you
you
know
don't
what?
have to go with your better stat. The composure is if you find it, will you be able to keep it together? And
You
your
know,
logic is like, oh, I can put this somewhere.
you know what? Yeah, let's go for that. She'd like take off her rings and just be like, all right, let's scurry them down there. And
All
then,
right.
oh no. Ooh, okay. That is a 11.
Okay. That's a great roll.
Is it?
Yes. I'm going to give you a clue. And then I need you to make me another roll after. So you are digging through. You are looking at all of these strange plants, flowers, just little mementos left by these headstones. And as you're pushing some of them out of the way and really looking around, mostly the cemetery area where you already found the stake, you find a flowering herb that you know is extremely poisonous, but only to vampires.
Nope. 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 Okay.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Jada,
Oh
in your mind, you realize just because there was a quill in his neck doesn't mean that's what killed him.
probably turn to Augie and take off. Probably she had probably like a scarf, and then takes it off and just kind of goes like, "Can you hold this? I can't hold
Oh
it."
my god, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So if you just want to bundle that up, I mean, no, okay, you're the best person, ghost ever. And then she would probably just be like, if this is here, you know what this is, right? Like this is like super poisonous to like us, like that.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I wonder if he took it.
He who?
No. Dead guy.
Jada, as you say, dead guy, I need you to make me a little bit of a dangerous move here. We're going to call this, because this is our little spin on Brindlewood Bay, a day move. This is the complete opposite of a night move in the regular Brindlewood Bay, but we are going to use day moves as our more dangerous moves. So when you do something risky or face something you fear, name what you're afraid will happen if you fail or lose your nerves. Jada, you were digging in the dirt and already touched that poison. You've already touched that wolfbane, and that's why you're like, oh, nope, 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 and I'm fine. 5-second rule. What are you afraid will happen if that's not the case?
Oh, that in she's probably infected and is probably like slowly activating like up her arm. Like you could see probably if it is taking place, you could see like that red, like that black of this
Yeah.
just vines just rolling up her arm. She's just like, God damn.
Yeah.
um,
Wonderful. And you're right. That would absolutely happen, but it's actually worse than
worse than
that.
that.
Yeah. You look around you, Jada. What you're kneeling in, what you're surrounded by, you're realizing this was fairly freshly planted everywhere around you as the lightning cracks and flashes again, illuminating the space around you. You realize you are surrounded and you've walked directly into a deadly cemetery. I need you to roll this for me. We are going to roll this with composure. And we're going to see what happens. Are gripped with fear for your mortality suddenly as you see all of these poisonous plants around you. What is your first instinct?
Oh, I think Jada's first instinct is very much thinking about her mom and how her mom said, "Hey, how about you not get into any shenanigans?" And she's just like, "I was just trying to help this time, and this time it backfired on me, and I don't think this is fair." And then as she slowly gets up from the dirt and slowly looks over, she looks at Augie and goes, Augie,
Yeah.
um, not to alarm, you're not alarmed, which I love for you. I'm alarmed because I hate this now, and I need to get out of here as fast as possible.
Okay. Just to be clear, you're talking about the plans, right? Like you don't hate like us like hanging out together. Is
No,
not.
no, no. We can
Oh, okay.
absolutely like do this like one on one and another date at another time. Like we honestly, if you wanted to come over and like stream with me, that would be so dope. However, I need to get out of here right now because
Okay.
there's a lot of plans that may kill me.
Priorities. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we'll talk about the hanging out. I would honestly love to hang out with you. You seem so dope.
And
But
Jada, as you are saying you'd love to hang out some other time when you're not surrounded by specific you poison, what did you get on that roll, that day move?
I ain't even roll it yet. That's how scared I am.
Plus composure.
That's complete. Oh my god. I got a 6. Oh, fucking shit. I got a 6 and a 6 minus 1, 11.
Okay.
I couldn't tell if that was a good or a bad freak out.
Incredible. You absolutely are able to maintain your composure. Augie, you see your friend. You look down beneath your friend's feet. This is not in front of a headstone. This is a patch of vegetation. And you see the flash of lightning illuminate what looks like boards, which is something that Jada is standing on right now and could very easily fall through.
Am I able to pick her up?
Would you like to try?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What are you afraid will happen if you can't?
I'm afraid because it's happened before that I am going to try and do a helpful thing and make the situation worse. Like I'm going to knock her through.
Yeah.
Just with I lack grace for a ghost.
Yeah.
The opposite of Grace's ghost, truly.
Now, this isn't super dangerous. So we will call this a night move. So this won't be worse than what you think will happen. But yeah, you might miff it up a little bit if you don't get this just right. So go ahead and roll me a day move, just your 2d6, and add. We are going to do. I think for this one, we're going to do the vitality. You're trying to pick someone up. Let's see how human you are, how vital. you feel in this moment?
That's a 10.
Okay. So on a 10, you are able to kind of swoop forward and hook your arms under Jada. Would you like to describe what this looks like and where you're taking both of you as you're able to make it safely out of this cemetery?
I think I don't let go. I think I'm a little bit surprised by myself because I was able to do that, and I'm like, okay, that went a lot better than I expected. And also sometimes I just expect to not be able to interact with or pass through things, even though that's not super how it works.
Yeah.
But I think like the adrenaline, I think I'm like dragging her out, and until I can't see, I mean, until there's none of the poison underneath her feet anymore. And I'm like, is there anything else we want to check out here, or should I keep dragging you, or is this good? Are you having fun?
I am having fun. I'm having so much fun, honestly. Okay, actually, hanging out with you was actually kind of the coolest thing ever. So this is
Oh my
kind of
God,
nice.
really?
Yeah, no, I am not. I don't really lie. Can't really do it. Except to my mom, which well, we won't talk about this with her. Yeah, you can keep. We can. If you see no more plants around us, you can
I don't.
absolutely let me go.
Yeah, once we're clear of the plants, I'll let her go, and
Yeah.
I like try and dust off her shoes in case there's any still there.
No, if Jada would probably like spin around and like hug them, like super as a bit like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
And it's
The
also like still
camera-
holding the stuff on my back, trying to make sure it's away.
Oh yeah, yeah, like holding it like this with this arm hugging. The camera pans back and gets a wide shot of you two hugging. In the flash of lightning, you see your silhouettes embracing, and one arm wildly stuck out back, holding deadly poisons away from their friend. And we push into the manor once again as Ife and Zenora are able to approach Dante Darkwood for a bit of a chat to see if he indeed did have anything to do with our host's death. Who speaks first, do you think? And what do you say?
I think Ife is going to turn to Zenora. Okay, just a couple ground rules you should know. Eye contact is where it gets you. I need you to look down. There's plenty to look at, trust me. But like when you make contact with his eyes, you're gonna get lost. It's gonna be bubbles. It's gonna be fizzly. Just trust me on this. And have fun. He's a fun person. Maybe murdered somebody, but you know he's a fun person. Sorry, I give you a heads up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You head over.
I'm just taking it all in because like men mean nothing to me. But
yeah, you head over, and you do see he's been not unsuccessful in convincing the string quartet to play, but they're like shuffling through, being like, I didn't expect to play past midnight. There's been a murder. Should we do this? As they're kind of fumbling through their preparations. Ife, you see Dante looks up at you and says, have you come to grace me with a dance, perhaps? I think they're going to strike up the band for me.
As much as I would love being in your arms right now, I do have just a couple of questions. Uh, do you have a habit of writing love letters?
Love letters, Ife?
Uh, okay, it is relevant to the case. And save me, Zenora, please.
Zenora, you see Dante's eyes slide over to you.
I think maybe we should take this to a more comfortable setting. And I kind of like bat my eyes at Dante. Again, I don't feel anything, but I'm batting my eyes to make him think that whatever grip he got on Ife might work on me.
Give me a presence roll, please.
That's a good
Okay.
plan. That's a good
Ooh,
plan.
what is mine?
Actually, this is
Not a
going to
fire.
be a presence roll, yes, but we're going to make this a night move. So, what are you afraid will happen if you can't convince this incubus that he's having an actual effect on you?
I'm afraid he might clock me and
Yeah.
then like immediately clock the situation
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and get pissed.
You're correct. That will happen. So what did you roll?
I'm about to roll right now. Lord, be with me with these guys. Okay, so we got a 6 and we got a 4 plus 2, so that's 12.
Okay. On a 12, you get a little bit extra here. Go ahead and describe what it looks like as you realize you have fooled the fooler in this moment.
So, I see the little smugness that comes over him, like, bet, you know? So, in that, I kind of like I do the bimbo walk almost, kind of like just to kind of walk up to him. I play it up essentially. I play it
Yes.
up real
Yes.
good. And like stick my arm in his and say, why don't we go to the cellar and be a little bit more comfortable?
Okay. He also holds his other arm out for Ife and says, "How could I refuse such stunning company?"
Ife takes his arm and pulls out the keys, and we're ready for the cellar.
You start strolling that way. Are you asking anything on the way to the cellar?
I asked Dante about his hobbies. I want him to talk to me about him possibly painting or anything like that. So I don't ask outright about painting. I ask him about his hobbies.
He says, "I love to keep busy. I love to treat a partner to things that they've never been treated to before. I love to travel. I love to create. I love to destroy. I don't know, just like any other man out there."
What kind of things do you create?
Tension between the right partner. Ife knows that I dabble in the arts.
I like resist the eye roll that I want to have so bad. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh, this is terrible. Talking to men, Jesus Christ. So I resist the temptation to roll my eyes and seem disgusted because Ife doesn't know that I am also acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I lean over and I say, well, do you, Ife?
Well, we may have uh, painted a few towns red a time or two.
The town, the rooms, whatever we could get our hands on.
Now, would this paint be metaphorical or literal?
I paint.
Again, the resistance to just yell out, "Don't piss me off!" I just have to.
Well, I mean, painting is what emotion causes you to paint? I've never discovered that myself.
All emotion. It's all a very mortal tether. It's good to feel. It's good to touch. It's good to make things that help you express things you can't express otherwise. Any emotion I feel I can adequately portray with the right colors and enough time.
Oh, let's play a game.
I love a game.
Okay. I'll give you an emotion and you tell me what color you associate with it.
Okay. I'll bite if you ask me to.
She holds back the gag.
Yep.
Let's start with jealousy.
I love a good jealousy. It feels like jet fuel in your stomach. Feels to me often like a bruised magenta.
Okay, so time out right quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is me asking a DM question, calling back to the letter.
Sure.
You did mention the turquoise.
I said there's like a few colors splattered upon there.
Was there? Yeah. So my question would be, what were the other colors?
You tell me.
Ooh.
You access the clue. Was a bruised magenta on there? This is your clue. You decide.
Okay. So I feel like bruises carry lots of deep purples and sometimes blues.
Correct.
Okay. So, going back into the scene, that is a very, very descriptive color. One more, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I feel as if you are deeper than what's and in this coughing, she's holding back a gag because what she's about to say. You go far beyond the typical male. So I feel like your color choice would be not usual. But what does wrath look like to you?
No, who has time for wrath these days when there's so much pleasure to be had? I haven't felt wrath in, I don't know, maybe 100 years or so.
Interesting. So,
Is that for everybody?
not a man of wrath, but what a one of vengeance.
Have I ever been wronged?
It's hard to say. That's such a subjective word, though.
So is vengeance, I suppose. But no, that's not for me. I, again, enjoy my time. It's a waste to spend it angry. As you reach the cellar, Ife, I will give you the opportunity, if you would like to do a meddling move here to see if you can slip something from his pocket that might be a clue.
Most assuredly. Okay, let's rifle through them pockets.
Okay.
Would that be a... What kind of move would that be?
I think this is going to be a composure because as you reach the cellar door, you have the keys and you're able to open that cellar door wide. he releases you, Zenora, from his arm, and hands a hand out to kiss the back of yours at the top of your knuckles and say, "What a pleasant conversation. You are stunning, truly. If I may have a moment to say goodbye to the ones I know a bit better." And he's asking you for a moment alone with Ife.
Oh, oh, sorry. I must have caught wind of something as she like kind of snatches her hand back a little bit. That's totally fine. And I look at Ife, but like my eyes are like, do what needs to be done, please.
You, Zenora, you step down towards the cellar, and as soon as you're out of sight, Dante is leaning against the doorway, not caging you in, but he is pressed against you.
Book boyfriend. Got it.
Yes, book boyfriend lean, kind of nuzzling and placing gentle kisses at your neck. You have the ability to have some roaming hands here without much issue. It's just about what you pull out of the pocket. It could be lint for all you know. So
Gotcha.
did you roll, or are you about to?
Rolling now. That is a 7.
Okay. On a 7, that's a mixed success. So there's going to be a bit of a complication. I love a complication.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
It's always wonderful when your eyes go wide.
I think it would be very interesting here if you pulled something out. It's a piece of paper for sure. You can feel that in your hands, but you can't look at it at the moment as you just kind of pocket it behind your back. There is a quick tap, 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 tap of feet. Only one pair, but then you see Augie as well around the corner with Jada as Dante pulls back and says, "Ah, the ravens. Just on time. I'll leave you to your investigation."
Yes. It was pleasant talking with you.
As always. And he bows, ducks back over to the room. You can hear the strings picking up now as you reconvene. Zenora, you're right at the stairs of the cellar, so you're not separated. You're just, right there as everyone is able to regather, share your clues a little bit, but mostly it's more about forging down into the cellar. So if you have any early theories, now's the time, but we're not sitting down to do the theorize just yet. So as you reconvene, what do you say to each other?
Okay, so
Are you okay? You look like
I'm flustered. I'm flustered. I'm worse than the mayfly on a June day.
damn.
I'm like snapping in front of her, like,
I'm here. I'm present.
he's just a guy.
But you're
I'm
thinking,
He's just a guy.
but
But he's that and ooh and the and yes.
I get
Ife, do you look at the paper?
Yeah, we're gonna look at the paper now that he's away.
Ife, because it's your
Down
clue,
bad.
as you open it, you are going to have some input here. It's a guest list for tonight. It is dated yesterday, so this change was made fairly last minute. It is a guest list with one of the suspects' names scratched out. Someone should not be here. Whose name is on that list, Ife?
I'm gonna say Ryder.
Okay. You share that information with the rest of your ravens. There is a guest list with with Ryder's name scratched out. He was not supposed to show up or be let in.
Now I know he's a party animal, but I did not suspect he would be a party crasher as well.
That would explain why he was like, but also, this is when my phone comes in handy. She would like take out her phone and like show like everybody and be like, I captured this. And like it would be probably the dancing of Ryder and um the Wolfpack leader like coming in and stuff and what he says. And she'd be like, technology helps
Hmm.
sometimes.
So what do you think that means?
I need to smell them.
You need to smell.
He smells
I
so
need to smell
bad.
'em.
Oh
No,
no, he
Well, I
smells like
mean,
outside. Mm.
but like there's like that hint, like outside's great, but like there's this like hint of just like man, and it just doesn't smell right.
Oh,
Yeah, see, like
are,
Zenora got it.
are we sure we want to smell him? I mean,
I think we have to.
unfortunately, I have to.
so do we want to explore the cellar and then go sniff a man?
Please stop saying that.
I do want to tell them about the steak and see if anyone has any ideas about that. The steak with his Kensington's name carved into it, that was found on Nora's gravestone.
Now, was Nora a vampire? Are we aware of that?
Nora was not a vampire.
Hmm.
Nora was a human.
And so King Clarewell was the vampire then.
Yes. Very forbidden, usually not allowed. Daughter of a witch, though. So raised in your culture, not immortal, had never done the practice herself, but was raised in your world. So all she knows or knew was the same things you do.
Interesting.
Do we know how she died?
Give me a reason roll.
Do I have one? 4.
Okay. On a 4, you do not recall hearing anyone gossip or say how she passed, and it wasn't on her mausoleum, so you do not know. You have this information, all of you, and you could head to the boudoir or down to the cellar. But it looks like you were ready to head to the cellar, down to the underground of Mornwood Manor. Are you all staying together and doing so? Or are we pairing off again and doing 2 locations? Or are we doing pairing off again and going to talk to Ryder?
I say we do better as a group. Especially no offense, but like deep dark cellars and only one way out seems like a recipe for disaster if we're going in with just 2 people.
That's true.
For sure.
Then together it will be. As you enter the cellar, the door creaks slowly shut on its own behind you. You see wall light candelabras that light themselves as you walk past, enchanted with ancient spells. You can see runes carved into the brickstone. You smell dank, wet earth all around you as you begin to descend fully underground. You hear the click of your nice shoes against cold stone. And there have been rumors for many years about an underground tunnel under this manor, under the estate in general. But what is a sign that you notice, Augie, that this passage is frequently used?
I think I notice a like a tarp that's camouflaged to look like just another bit of the ground that someone has been storing tools or something that they might need while they're here, to indicate that they're not, that someone's going back and forth.
Yeah. You take note of that, Augie. You observe that pretty quickly. And I need just a quick marching order because it is a little tight in here. Who is in the front and who is all the way in the back?
I'm in the front because I was the first person that went down.
Okay.
And Augie is right behind. Oh, are you?
Oh, okay. You can be right behind.
And then you're right behind him and Jaden back. Okay.
That sounds good.
Incredible. As you're walking down this narrow path, you feel something shift in the air. It's like sensing static electricity at the tip of your lips, on your fingertips. It's like a lightning storm is brewing above you, underground here. The cellar opens up. You can see a way to the left, a way forward, a way to the right, and the large room you stand in has barrels upon barrels upon barrels of wine. At least they are wine barrels. What do you do here?
Wait. Kingston was a vampire and his wife was a human. A witch specifically.
Yes. Very controversial, extremely taboo.
Can I sense blood anywhere in this cellar?
Would you have give me just a general sensitivity check.
Oof. Sensitivity is -1. That is... Oh, these are some good dice. That's 9.
Okay, so on a mixed success, I would say that you can smell the stifled smell of blood. It's not fresh. It's not like someone was attacked down here.
I was basically trying to see if any of those barrels were like blood as opposed to all of it being wine, if Kingston was also a vampire.
Yes, that is what you are sensing. With that stifled sense, it does feel like it's blood wine around you, and all in the barrels. So nothing fresh or out or spilled.
Now, second question.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I would need to roll for this. Before I ask that question, Jada, did you tell us what was found in the cemetery?
If it's a wolf, I was just about to. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I feel like she wouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
not just yet, but she'd be like, I wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yep. Nope. We got it. We're here.
Okay. So my next roll, I guess, is to check and see if it smells off at all. Because I mean, I've been drinking blood wine for a few hundred years now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would say, like, this doesn't smell right. Like,
yeah. You don't think that you don't smell that anything smells off. This just seems like regular blood wine. Okay. But if someone had poisoned his blood wine, because you did see a spilled glass of wine in the study with him, it would have just been poisoned his glass, because otherwise everyone would be dead right now. So it is very possible that his glass was poisoned, but not all of the wine down here.
Okay.
If they poisoned him, why stab him too?
The drama.
As a vampire, it's hard to kill.
Very, very pointed kill, you know?
Mm-hmm. Could have been to make sure.
Do we know what the quill was made of?
It seemed like a general writing quill, so a large plume feather with maybe metal at the end. You're not sure because it was in a guy. But
Is
it was
something that could kill a vampire?
It was
But we
glowing,
don't know.
so
If
it
it
could
was
be
silver.
magical. If it was silver, if it was magical, if it was cursed, you're not sure.
Mm.
I think Jada would probably like take out her phone and then just be like, okay, I'm gonna phone a friend. Well, not exactly a friend, but like kind of a friend.
Oh,
Anyway, it doesn't even matter. Hold on. And then she would probably, oh my God, what was her name?
Zara spells?
Yeah, she would just kind of be like, "Hey Zara, can you please, if you can, no pressure, but all the pressure in the world, tell me about this?" And then she would like snap some pictures, and then also be like, "Hey, Augie, can you just open it? Don't let me touch it. Just open the wolf bane for me, just real quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna thank you."
Oh, wait.
Then send that off to her and be like, sorry about your stream the other day. Hope you're doing well. I think you're here. Whatever. Bye. Click.
Incredible. When that response comes back, you will be the first to know. There are 3 different ways in front of you. There's a bunch of barrels and dripping ceilings and odd alcoves and stone. There's crates and a few draped over statues down here. And again, those 3 ways to go deeper into the cellar. So, what are we doing here? Are we meddling around in this room or moving to the next?
Uh, we're I feel like Ife would look for, like, she said that Grace said that he spends a lot of time in the cellar. There's really nothing much to do in this room, so we might have to go a little bit deeper.
Okay. Would anybody else resist that suggestion in any way? Cool. Ife, which direction would you like to go? To the left, straight ahead, or to the right?
Would we know whether or not he was right or left-handed?
Yes, you would. As frequenters of Mornwood, you would know that he was right-handed.
Okay. More likely to go to the right then.
Okay, to the right it is. As you begin to explore, you realize you're going back up. There's like an odd slant. It's very strange. The hallway is widening just a little bit, so you're not forced to be single file anymore. And Zenora, as y'all are walking, I would love for you to give me a sensitivity roll, please.
Not sensitivity. Yikes. Yikes. 2 total.
Okay. Zenora, you feel hands on your shoulders as you walk past an empty alcove of just shadow. There is something like a and then nothing else. You've been touched by something, but you're not sure what it is with that roll. As you continue on, you all come to a door. It is unlocked, it seems, as it has some give when you just like jiggle it. Up to you if you'd like to continue through.
So I got touched and kept walking towards the door.
You may not have. No one else noticed you got touched.
Because, like, no, I didn't. No, I did not. I did not keep walking because what the fuck was that?
Then if you are still back there,
I quickly.
I would love to know, what was the last time Zenora heard applause for her?
Huh. I have kind of taken a sabbatical from my performances over the last about 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we talking about? This is the present year, like it's
Yeah.
2025 in this world?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're talking about the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Probably the last time I heard some real applause for one of my performances.
Sonora, it calls to you from beyond that shadowy alcove. It tantalizes and ushers you forward. At the end of this alcove that you thought was just darkness, suddenly there is a light at the end. It almost looks like a spotlight. What do you do?
I guess it's time for this. Okay. So, I have a little small vial of blood that I keep around my neck. And I take off the top and like manipulate it out of the bottle. And I immediately do blood divination.
Roll plus sensitivity for me.
That's sensitivity again. Oh, Lord. Okay. We got a 6. Okay, so that is a 7. It's not a complete fail.
Okay. Incredible. On a 7, the blood that you have summoned out of this vial reaches out, almost like it's forming a hand of its own, down into that alcove, searching, trying to return to you with answers. When it does, what flashes in your mind in those kind of stacked slideshows of snippets? All you see are adoring crowds of the bright lights of the stage, of adoration. That is what lies down that hallway. Do you try to resist the pull to step forward into that light?
Do I want to do it for the plot or do I want to do it for the bit?
Both are valid.
Such an important question.
Yeah, for real.
It is.
I will
I'm gonna do it for the plot and go in.
Yeah. Okay. Incredible. As you head in, you take one step and then another. You can hear the applause growing in volume, this crescendo of affection and admiration, and people looking up to you and desiring you and respecting you and being in awe of your talent. You feel the spotlight wash over your features. You hear a familiar 8-count intro to one of your favorite routines that you choreographed yourself. And then those hands again. That is something distinctly different from how you perform. You are only ever touched when you want to be. And yet, you feel hands. And not just a pair. The crowd more than adores you. The crowd is ravenous for you. The crowd needs to consume. What do, Zenora?
I scream, like top of my lungs, scream. Because no, please don't touch me. Like, that is the that's like Zenora's biggest fear. That's why she rolls around with a ghost, because a ghost can't touch it. Like, don't touch me. bro.
There is a level of self-respect, of boundary, of self that people expect you to give up when you are in the public eye, when you are a performer. And it's almost like you've known that all along. You've known that people have wanted you, but they've never been able to get past your power. As you scream and try to push these hands away and back off of this nightmarish stage, what are you afraid will happen if you can't pull away from the spotlight?
So Zenora immediately flashes back. She's basically triggered, and she flashes back to when she was turned. Um, okay, so above board, this is not going to get um SAE or anything like that. Just making sure nobody
Absolutely
is
not. Absolutely not.
just
This
throwing
is
that
more
out
like,
there
oh
now.
my God, like when you reach out from the stage to touch hands. That's what I mean. They're not.
No, I'm about to explain some of my
Okay.
backstory.
I thought you meant
So
me.
I just want
I
to
was
give
like,
it a
no, I wasn't.
disclaimer.
Okay, great.
No.
Absolutely.
No, I wanted to give a disclaimer just
Thank you.
to make sure nobody gets anxious or anything like that. So she thinks back to when she was turned and how it was her and Augie and they were human and they went down the wrong alley one day. It's really just wrong place, wrong time. And it was the hand that grabbed her. It was the hands that grabbed Augie. And it was the hands that made her what she is right now. So she doesn't like being touched because it always reminds her of the hands that grabbed her that day. So in this moment, she immediately flashes back to when she was turned and she just crashes out. She just freaks out. And like she's trying to shoot the blood that she can control every which way to try to get the hands off of her.
Incredible. In this moment, you realize that you're not terrified of touch, but you reject unwanted touch. So does everyone, but you do it so vehemently because the last time it happened to you, you were indeed turned into a vampire, into something more. And if that's what happened last time, what will happen this time? What could they turn you to next? How much further from human can you get? And that fear rises in you as you scream, I need you to roll me a day move. We're going to do this plus. I don't want to make this difficult for you. So let's do composure instead of sensitivity.
Okay. That is. Ooh, this is a high one. Let me go pull my stats back up. You said composure?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12.
On a 12, you rear back to scream with your full power. And as you do, you stumble back, realizing you've been released. You stumble back into the light and away from this alcove of shadow, that fading applause still ringing in your ears. As you look down in your hand and realize you have a clue. You stepped into something unknowable. And not only did you step out alive, but you stepped out better for it. You see in your hand, there is a book on natural remedies and poisons. You are able, before anyone moves forward into the next room, you are able to turn around and be like, okay, are we going in? And see Zenora kind of stumble out of a shadowy alcove with something in her hand. What do you do?
Sonora, you okay? What happened?
I'm like my eyes are like super wide. I'm a very composed type of person, very reserved, despite the way I present myself. So like Augie would absolutely know I was just in a moment of sheer terror with the face that I still have now that I am like back and can see everybody else.
What
And
happened
I
to her?
just shake the book in my hand. I just like I can't even talk. I just shake the book in my hand.
Do you want us
Waiting
to?
for one of you to take it.
Do you want? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Remember that you're still hot.
Super hot.
Yeah.
Undeniably.
So I'm like, I just walk next to Augie because Augie is basically my person who's not a person anymore.
Yeah. My
Emotional
non-person
So
person.
support ghost.
right.
Yeah.
Support ghost.
You're walking next to
My
Augie.
emotional support though.
Jada, you have the book in your hands. However, you can take this time to read it, or you can get into the next room and set it down and like look around. But you do feel your phone buzz in your pocket. I just wanted to make that clear before we move on. Did we want to go to the next room?
Ife is gonna kind of take the book because she's somewhat familiar with like ribbonies and potions, and I keep forgetting I got a Maven move that allows me to, if I have an object clue,
Mm-hmm.
I can physically manipulate the object to uncover further secret.
That is true. That is true.
So
I think you notice as you are looking through it, through this book, it seems to be very normal, very straightforward. It is a book of remedies and poisons. What strikes you as odd is the author seems to be Ryder Bane's father.
well, that's interesting. I didn't think anything intelligent would come from that family line.
Sick burn.
Okay. So Ryder Bane's daddy wrote the book on remedies. Is there a excerpt on Wolfsbane in the book?
You know there is.
And is it like dog-eared in any way?
Woof woof.
There we go. There we go. It's getting in there. It's getting in there a little bit.
As you say that, Jada, are you taking a quick look at your phone?
Yeah.
Incredible. You see that Zara emoji reacts to your messages first, and then says, "Oh, yeah, don't touch that. Do not touch that. Don't ever touch that. Where is that? What are you doing with that? Why? Okay, so that's bad for everybody. Don't bring it close to any other vampires. That's bad. If you do, I mean, just don't let anybody breathe it in. Don't let it get dry because then it gets into the air. It's bad for everybody. Total death effect. Why are you asking me? Ryder's here too. Just ask him." And she links you to Ryder's social and makes a new group chat with you and Ryder and her.
Jada would look up at everybody and be like, if we have any questions for Ryder or Zara, then we can ask post haste because I gotta.
Jada, give me a metal check right now.
Do you want me to roll it with anything?
Yeah,
Or-
give me either reason or composure with how you're freaking out right now.
it's 2 reason. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Okay. On a mixed success, you see Ryder's name pop up, and then Zara goes, "Hey, Ryder, Jada just had some questions about Wolfsbane, okay?" And opens the conversation with that. And you see Ryder's little profile picture in the corner. You see him with someone in that profile picture. And it strikes you as odd because you vaguely recall this like little scandal of Ryder being outed for having a human bow as well, who left him after the heat came down pretty hard. And I wonder who could have let that be public knowledge.
Oh, she'd absolutely turn to everybody and convey that, and then just be like, like in love.
That's messy.
That's
That
it.
snapped me right out of whatever I was going through.
So
That's messy.
oh, that's interesting. So could he be jealous of the love that Clarewell shared with his boo thing?
Clarewell's human lover didn't leave him. I know that.
Ooh. Okay. I'm just theorizing here, and I'm just asking.
As you say that, we're going to go into the theorizing phase.
Oh,
so as
okay.
you're starting to put these two together, I'm going to remind you of all of the clues that you have so far. And you guys are going to make a theory together. I'm going to give you the next 10 to 12 minutes to just talk amongst yourselves about who you think could have done this. Each clue that you can tie into this theory is going to give you a +1 for every clue to your theorized roll. It is a single roll. It determines if you're right or wrong. It's the most important roll in the game. So let's review the clues that we have.
Yeah.
We have a crumpled love letter teeming with rage. A flowering herb proved to be poisonous. A revenge spell torn from a grimoire.
Yeah.
A stake with the victim's name lovingly carved into it. A guest list with one of the suspects' names scratched out. And a book on natural remedies and poisons written by one of the suspects' father. Who would like to share a theory? I know, Ife, you were just starting. So if you, yes.
Okay.
Sorry. What is Dante's race again?
Incubus.
There we go. Okay.
Ife, please, if you could regale us with your theory.
So here's what I'm picturing. So I don't deal much with werewolves. It's a little too messy for my taste. But I'm thinking that he gets jealous of Kingston's love of Nora, being that his boo thing ran off, couldn't take the heat. Writes this atrocious letter, but aims to try and kill Kingston because Kingston is, happy and plants the wolfsbane. It's obvious that family's into herbs and spices, and not in the food sense. So it starts planting that, hoping to get Kingston. What if Wifey came across it, starts digging it up, trying to save her husband? He kills Wifey. Kingston starts planting revenge, but before Ryder can get the poison to take, he kills Kingston just outright. Just doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
Any rebuttals? Any clues that add to this theory to give Ife some credibility and legs to stand on with this, or any differing opinions?
I have a
different opinion. Have a different outlook.
I'd love to hear it.
I'm thinking Dante. as an incubus who has the ego of, well, whatever. I feel as though maybe him and Nora, well, at least he wanted Nora, and Nora was able to sway his advances. And Nora very much was a my man, my man, my man type of wife, you know. And because the incubus could not sway Nora, he took it out on Kingston. Now, Ryder's loud and boisterous. We all know who his father is. It's not uncommon for someone who is looking up herbs and poisons not to come across that book. I feel like that is just a happy circumstance that Ryder's also in the building. So that is my theory.
Okay, we have two working theories, two separate suspects, Dante and Ryder. Jada or Augie, do you have any clues you want to tie into either of these theories or a secret third theory?
Mine comes with a little bit more. One half of it is mess, while the other half of it has. What if Ryder and Dante were working together? Mostly because of the fact that like Dante is more smoother, and I do love the theory of him being a part of it. Then Ryder is more boisterous and then also can distract a crowd. But if we also go into like something completely different, where I'm like, what if the man of the house? And then
Yeah,
also
Oliver?
Ryder. Yes, Oliver, and then Ryder, and also Dante. This is the messy part. What if what if the lovely, lovely Nora and whoever Ryder was with, both of them obviously, like both of them got with Dante. This is messy. Work with me now. Both of them got with Dante at a certain point. But I think Ryder fell really hard and really deep but Nora and Ryder's girl were sisters. Nora fell really hard. No, sorry. Ryder fell really hard and really deep. Dante discarded, but Dante, being that loyal friend, wanted to help Ryder in any possible way that he could. Again, this is messy. Do not take this. I would take the first part of what I said. I would not take the second.
Ooh, I would love to build on that. What if it's not so much that Dante was a loyal friend? What if he just knew he could work Ryder up into a frenzy?
Mm.
You know? What if kinship doesn't have to be among them? It could be he just worked him up into a frenzy to complete the deed that he couldn't finish.
And werewolves, you can work into a frenzy real fast.
Exactly.
Augie, what do you think over there? Currently, all of these theories have a +0. No one has tied in a single clue. This is just tea.
Okay.
So these are just flat theories so far.
I got notes.
Okay. When we come back around to the clues, we'll take them. But first, I want to hear Augie's theory, and then we'll start tying in clues to see which one is the strongest theory, aka how many clues you can tie to it. So, Augie, please, do you have a different theory or want to bolster someone else's?
I did have. Can I ask one more question that I may or may not know the answer to?
Sure.
Is wolfsbane is poisonous to vampires?
Yes.
Do we know what its relationship is like with werewolves?
Yes, it is medicinal for them. So it's more like a healing kind of agent that they all have, like with tea or for calming. It's not like a magical root heal all, but it is helpful to them and strictly bad for vampires.
Okay. I wonder. My theory is just like parts of other people's theories, I think. But I think that if Ryder did do it with the Wolfsbane, which he would have access to and know how to use, and it would also make sense in Ife's theory if Kingston was suspicious of Ryder for him to uninvite him. Makes a lot of sense. But I think that if Ryder did it, maybe it was covered up by the quill so that people wouldn't check for poison or would think that the quill was a murder weapon.
Could be
I
a
don't
red
know.
herring.
I have more thoughts on clues than having a whole theory.
Okay. Well then, I want to circle right back around to the top. We've heard a bunch of different theories, some more individual, some more scattered, but I'd love to give Ife the chance to tie in some of the clues that you've found. I'm going to please keep track of the number of clues, and we will vote on the two strongest once we get to the end. So, Ife, please give us your theory tying in the clues.
So, riding off Jada's theory of it being both of them, first we have the fact that Ryder was not invited to this little soiree where there was going to be a big announcement. My thought is that the revenge spell parchment that we found was going to be used against Ryder, so that Kingston was going to seek revenge against Ryder for killing his wife. The love letter that we found was definitely towards from Dante, who wanted Nora for himself, and she denied him.
Okay.
The wolfsbane that was planted was Ryder trying to, especially with how much Kingston worked in the cemeteries and in the cellars, was trying to inadvertently poison him, in a way that would
He visited the grave every day. Yeah.
Exactly. And that stake that was put on Nora's grave could have been from Dante. Artistically carved, set in a green, that has artist screaming all over it.
Okay.
So, and I think the only thing I didn't tie in was the Book of Herbs. For the life of me, I can't understand why it was in the cellar.
Well, it wasn't, it technically was in the cellar, but it was in a secret third space that Zenora accessed, kind of like that dimension split area.
Gotcha.
Zenora was in the second, like the hand part. So it could have come from anywhere, but I think you could tie that in with it being Ryder having planted it. So that would be 6 clues, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, if Dante was just like, hey, Ryder, get me your dad's book. Like, if he knew about it, be like, get me your dad's book.
It could have been Dante entirely without Ryder Bane, just with Ryder Bane intentions. Like,
yes,
as you were saying, he could have wanted to kill Ryder and get him out of here. But in the meantime, Dante was working that angle to get him to, we don't know. So we have all 6 clues tied into that Dante and Ryder were working together. I would love to hear your clues tying in from Zenora for the Dante worked alone theory.
So, Aoife kind of already said most of my tie-ins.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the revenge spell and the book are the two that you didn't tie to Dante. So We'll take the 4 that she did. It's basically the same thing that I was gonna say.
Okay.
So that's 4. The revenge letter, the passion from that can only come from Dante. I don't feel like Ryder is smart enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased because I'm a vampire, but he's not smart enough to write that eloquently.
Okay.
When it comes to the book, there's no reason for Ryder to have had that book. His father is well known for poisons and herbs and stuff like that. He's probably beat that into Ryder as he was growing up. He has absolutely no need for that book.
Okay.
However, because it is one of the more popular herb and poison books, it makes sense for Dante to have had it. Dante is more of a magical creature than Ryder. So having this book in a pocket dimension cloaked in fear magic makes sense. Just because he's an incubus doesn't mean he doesn't also have magic, because this whole thing reeks of sorcery.
It did draw you in through promises of adoration and affection, and was in the end just a lot of hands.
What else? I feel like the guest list. The guest list and what else? The guest list and the revenge spell. Think about how easy it was for Issa to slip her hand into his pocket. He got loose pockets.
That's true.
Like it is very possible that as he was scribbling this letter that he obviously couldn't finish because there was no name on it, that revenge spell fell out of his own grimoire, because who's walking around with a big ass book? And then the guest list, that was a plant.
So you think the guest list that Ife found in his pocket was actually planted there?
Because he was going to drop it somewhere else to
implicate Ryder. So everything was done by Dante, but everything that he did was done to put the suspicion on someone else, Ryder Bane.
Incredible. That makes sense. I like it.
And I think the reason that the Wolf's Bane was in the cemetery, because for it to be so fresh, you would see something, remnants of Wolf's Bane somewhere. I feel like as an incubus, he got one of the garden chicks, one of the garden maidens.
He sways the servants. We have seen him do it already tonight.
And got them to plant it.
Okay. So we have 2 theories. One that they worked together, and one that Dante worked alone, trying to blame Ryder for it later. What do we think as a group is more likely? Because they both tie in, all 6 clues, just in a different way. I'm going to ask for final votes. Everyone, please, to me on Discord, let me know who you would like to accuse. Keep in mind, if you are accusing multiple suspects, that doubles your danger. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to risk it to get the biscuit. Okay.
Gotta do it for the plot.
Got a second vote in. Okay.
Oh, we were supposed to whisper these. Oh.
It's okay if they're not whispered. It's okay. It's okay. Let me just
say it loud. I say it with my chest.
Okay, great. Perfect. I just need one from... Oh, got them all. Then, as you finish up talking, there's a realization that settles over 3/4. Well, actually, this is crazy. It settles over some of you. As you, Jada, you look down at your phone. You do see that there are those 3 little dots coming up here. You are evenly split. Directly down the middle. I need You, Jada. As you see these little dots come on, and you're standing in this cellar hallway next to a door, you haven't moved into the next room yet. You've all been theorizing as soon as Zenora came out with this book and have kind of been clicking things into place together. You hear muffled voices on the other sound of the door. Does anyone open it? Or, Augie, do you go through?
I'll go through the door. Guys, I got this.
Augie, in front of you, in Kingston's private boudoir, Ryder, Dante, Grace, and Oliver stand in a room accusing each other of this heinous crime. Augie, you see Ryder put his phone back in his pocket. He was clearly about to send a message when things got a little heated. Jada, I need you to roll me or theorize. You're the one with the direct line. You're rolling 2d6. Now, because we couldn't agree on what we were adding, what'd you get?
No, you finish. You finish your sentence.
What'd you get?
No, you go first.
I'm not going first. What'd you get?
I got an 11. I got a 10. Well, I got a 10. If you want me to add something onto that, I absolutely can, but I got a 10 basically.
Okay. Incredible. We couldn't decide on a unanimous decision, and so our clues are a bit scattered here. But on a 10, you get to add half of the clues you used, which will be 3. So that puts you at a 13. Jada, that means your theory that you sent to me is correct. I need you to narrate. Augie, as you pop back in and let everyone know who's on the other side, because they haven't seen you yet.
They're hanging out without us. I just want you guys to know.
Jada, I need you to walk through that door and tell everyone in the room who committed this heinous crime, why they did it, and how.
Jada would probably like look at the dots, then look at Augie coming back through the door, and then like look at the dots, and then like be like, oh, he's not typing, and then just be like, guys, I'm about to do something real stupid. Please stop me anytime. And then like
stream it.
Go through the door and be like, oh wait,
I'll hold the phone if you want to live stream it.
Augie, if you could just like aim it to me, but like you have to get like the good side of me. You can't even see me.
All your sides are so good.
Yeah, well, thank you. You could see my clothes. That's the most important part of all of this. So, once she like goes through the door, she'd be like, "Okay, you and you, both of you, you did it. Congratulations, you fucked up." And then she would just be like, "Okay, so, everybody, so Dante, you, I'm sorry, Aoife. It's just he did it. My bad. You can find somebody else.
This is preposterous. You have no evidence.
Yeah.
And he turns to leave. Jada, what do you say to prove him wrong?
You are a jealous, vindictive, little, snivelly weirdo with some big muscles, and also you suck. But at the same time, you were into Kingston's wife. And also, you love to carve things on stakes, my brother in Christ. And then also, you you love to paint, and we found paint on the love. You did it. You know you did it. And also, I'll get to you in a second. Points to Ryder, but like you're the mastermind of all this. We know that. Somebody help me. Somebody help me.
Anybody from the rest of the group want to tie in the clues? Because it was, in fact, Dante and Ryder together. Does anyone want to tie in a couple of clues and get a word in edgewise here?
So Dante, sweetie, one thing, when you're writing vindictive love letters, try not to have paint on your fingers. I know you have a bad habit of not cleaning yourself thoroughly.
You see his scowl start as he puts his hands into his pockets and looks at you with pure betrayal and anger. Anyone else want to add in about a clue that you found to implicate both of these gentlemen here?
My brain went completely blank. Hold on one second.
Any clue will do. I just want everybody to have a sick one-liner. But if you're
Ryder, you weren't even supposed to be here, man. We know you were uninvited, which is embarrassing because even I was invited.
You hear him start to breathe heavier as that kind of feral rage starts to build, but he keeps his eyes on the floor because he doesn't want to prove you right. Zenora, any other clues you'd like to tie in here before these criminals are packed up and taken to jail?
Also, I mean, as an incubus, you want to waste your talents on the help? Like, bro, planting all of that wolf's bane was just excessive. And like, for what?
Well,
You still had to kill him at his desk. Like,
if not thorough.
Wasting time and energy.
She should have been mine.
That's what you call thorough?
I can have anyone I want. I can do anything I want.
Yeah, but you go in the jail.
It's getting louder and louder, and you're all like, okay. the wards, you see Oliver the Oracle has finally, the entire time he's been in here arguing, he's also been like doing somatic components for the spells at the window to bring down the wards. And the second Oliver actually succeeds, you see glass shatter and tinkle down to the floor like in rainbow shards, but there's no glass at all. It's like an invisible force field has just crumpled, and you hear immediately sirens outside as the authorities pull up, ready to take away both Ryder Bane and Dante Darkwood, as the Ravens have done it yet again. Grace's ghost comes over to you, Augie, and goes, well, to all of you as a group, but stands next to you, Augie, and goes, y'all really got me out of this one. I never thought we'd be burying Kingston in his own cemetery, but at least he'll be next to Nora where he would have wanted to be, and at least now, he can rest. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all. And Augie, you're one of the coolest people I've ever met. If you wanted to exchange information and maybe hang out sometime, it's going to get real lonely around here without friends.
Oh, I would love that. And you can't leave, right? Like, if I come over, you'll be here.
I'll be here every single time forever until the end of time, actually.
Awesome. Yeah. What are you going to do?
I was thinking about a new coat of paint. I really want to brighten things up in here. And as she's telling you about what she wants to do, the camera pulls back and away from Mornwood Manor. The rain stops and clouds part to reveal a full moon and 2 stars, maybe like 2 loyal lovers just beyond. And that's where we'll end our role play for the night. Well done, guys. Before we actually stop recording, I'm going to go around, give everybody a chance to just say who you played, who you are, and where people can find you if you'd like to continue on in the public space in the TTRPG community. I have been Meadow. It's been so very good to have you here on this luscious story with us. It was messy, it was mysterious, it was scary, and also very cute and cozy at the same time, which is hard to balance. And I'm so lucky that this cast was here to do it with me. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM. I am a TTRPG performer, professional game master, and indie game designer. Basically, I play pretend for everything. I was going to say for fun, but it's like also for money. So thank you so much for having me. I will pass it over to Tamasi.
Hi, I'm Tamasi. You can find me as Full Real Fantasy. Today I played Ife Gardner, a Boo Hag, and I've always wanted to play a Boo Hag. So thank you, Meadow, for allowing me to do this. I do cosplay, I do D&D, I do cosplay again and again and again, but I also help produce streams. And so you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, look me up, I guess.
Beautiful. Let's popcorn over to Insha.
Hi, I'm Insha. I play Jada. Sorry. And if you would like to find me on the internet, I am at Instagram, on Instagram with 2 eyes, and I am a author, a writer, a wannabe narrative designer, which is very, very fun. I found out, and a AP person, which is kind of wild. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Insha. And joining us as well, we also had Coco. Could you please tell the people where they can find you and support you?
Absolutely. So I am Coco, one half of Coco Mac Productions. I am a TTRPG person. So all of the that is the umbrella, which comes with the cosplayer, the DM, the player, what have you. Um, Specializing in D&D 5e, but I am open to all systems. Um, I make dice. I also have a beauty account. I am mainly on TikTok. You can find me at Epiphany Dice or Epiphany Beauty, and see all of the fun things. Yes, yes, yes. Tamasi is a very loyal customer. I mean, her being my best friend has its perks. I'm not even on front, but but yes,
Incredible.
Epiphany Dice and Epiphany Beauty on TikTok.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining us and being here. And last but never ever least, Iman, could you tell the people about you?
Yeah, I am Iman. I am two-hand big, like a two-hand big weapon, on Instagram and TikTok. I'm just now getting into actual play, but I hope to do it lots more. So feel free to check me out there. I also act and do improv and GM and all of those good things.
Incredible. And of course, we have to thank the BIPOC VampDay coordinators, especially for our table today. We have had Spunky Taylor with us, and we could not have done this table without her. So thank you for watching. Thank you for having us, and we can't wait to see you next year. Bye.